Hey everybody, I'm Justin.
Hi, I'm Ryan.
I am a high school art teacher, still in the midst of the working my way towards early retirement, hopefully. But
Heck yeah, I'm Ryan. I'm a retired teacher. I was able to retire when I was 50 with a full pension after buying 4 years through para.
nice,
So,
making things happen.
yeah, and we have a passion for personal finance.
Yep.
We like to teach others about it. I used to teach it in high school, actually. So, this is something we really enjoy talking about.
Yeah.
And we're doing it even though we don't get paid. Do we get paid to do this?
Not even close. This is even my summer break, and I'm over here
Yeah, what are
doing
we
this,
doing?
right?
Yeah, we just enjoy it.
Yeah, I think it's super important for
Yeah,
people to know. I think it's a lot of fun to talk about.
yeah, very interesting.
So today we are going to be talking about the financial freedom steps and what steps people can take to get themselves into financial freedom. Most people dream about financial independence, but they don't really know what the path is to get them there.
Yeah.
And that's what we're doing today. We're going to actually break this down into 8 different steps just to help bring a little bit of clarity to financial freedom.
Yeah, I like it.
So here's the steps, right? A little bit different from the debt freedom to freedom. But what stage are you on, or what stage do you think you're on? And once again, drop a comment down below. We always like to hear from you. We do read all of the comments,
Yes, we do.
and we'll go from there. So here's step 1. Now, this is financial dependency. You're dependent on somebody else, whether that's your family, you just graduated college, you're a new teacher, you're still living at home, or maybe you're on your own and you're relying on government to help you out. Maybe you're relying on credit cards, right? So you're dependent on something or someone else to help you out. You don't have any money, and sometimes your bills are even going unpaid.
Yeah.
Sounds like a rough spot.
Yeah, it's a tough position to be in.
Yeah. So this isn't a place of shame, right? This is a starting point. Recognize that you might be here and be like, all right, what can I do to work my way out of this? Step 2 is financial solvency. And this is where you have enough barely to get by, right? You're not dependent on anybody, you're not depending on your credit cards, but you're basically paycheck to paycheck.
Just, yeah, paycheck to paycheck, barely getting by.
Yeah,
Any little accident could take you off the rails and move you
absolutely.
back to that first position you talked about.
Yep. Yep. That's kind of where I think about the financial solvency, where it's pretty easy to go backwards.
Yeah,
Right.
and when people are here, for example, since they don't have an emergency fund yet,
Mm-hmm.
if they have a broken down car, now you're back to step 1,
You're
using
back.
maybe your credit card,
Yep.
for example, to deal with that situation.
Yeah, that's a good point. I mean, it doesn't take much, right?
No, you're right there.
Yeah. But this is also where we can start to build a little bit of a buffer in case something like that happens.
Yeah.
So the next step, step 3, is the financial reliability. This is where we have enough money coming in that we're not living paycheck to paycheck. It's predictable money that's coming in. We know that we're going to have X amount of money. We're not missing any bills, right? Nobody's knocking on your door saying, hey, you owe us money. And you're actually starting to build habits that can help you create that stability that you need. This stage, I feel, is often overlooked, but it's critical because this is where you really start having that extra money to put away, whether it be your emergency fund or really start putting things in for investing. And we'll come back to that here in a little bit. Anything that you want to add so far?
So at this step, does someone have debt in this position?
I think at this position, there's still a little bit of debt.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that extra money could be to pay off debt, start forming an emergency fund, and maybe start investing so you get in the habit of doing that.
Nice.
So 3 different things they could do in this position.
Yeah. Perfect. Nice. Yeah, that's a great one. Thank you. So this one here, financial stability, step 4, this is where we've got our money on lock. We've got a budget. We know where our money's going. We even have maybe a small emergency fund. You're covering all of your expenses uh, comfortably and reliably. You even have like a 1 month savings going on. And when the bill shows up, you're not like, oh my goodness, how am I
Yeah.
going to pay this,
Yeah.
right? Because you have you've established yourself into this position here. And this is where I think that we can really start attacking those credit cards
Okay.
as well, where
Yeah.
it's like, hey, we need to hammer out that 20%
Yeah.
credit card consumer debt and really start taking control.
So all those debts, instead of paying the minimum, which might be going on up to this point, start looking at maybe paying more than the minimum and knock them out quicker.
Yeah, good call.
Yeah.
Don't just pay the minimum.
Right.
Yeah.
Because with stability, you can pay the minimum. That's part of being in this position.
Right.
Like I can pay all my credit cards, my school loans, my car loan. I'm making those minimum payments, but if you run the numbers, you want to make extra payments to save you an interest, obviously.
Yeah. And maybe you're cranking through your debts, and this is also a good time to kind of work up that emergency fund, right? Go from the 1 month to the 3 to 6 months.
Yeah.
Start building that guy. Where are we at here? Step 5.
Yeah, debt freedom. Heck yeah.
Is debt freedom. You've paid off all of your consumer debts.
I love that word. Freedom.
Freedom.
This is a good place to be.
That's absolutely true. There is nothing like freedom.
Yeah.
Right? You can sleep at night, not having to worry about things.
That credit card bill you've been paying off for a couple of years, you're like, done.
Done.
See you later.
Absolutely.
Never again. Hopefully.
Yes, that's the goal.
Hopefully. Yeah.
Hopefully, never again.
It's like losing 10 pounds. All right, I lost 10 pounds. Oh, wait, maybe it's going to come back. If I don't, I got to keep those good habits going.
That's true. I like that. The good habits.
Good habits.
Because when you come to step 5, you have definitely created some good habits.
Yeah.
I think that, it's not the minimum payments that you were saying. I think that's a good habit.
Right.
I think that I've got this little saying here, you're not living in the past, but you're funding your future at this point.
I love that. Love that. Living in the present and future versus the past.
Yeah.
With all this heavy baggage of debt.
Yeah.
And making, maybe bad money decisions, which we all have.
You learn from it.
You learn from them and move forward to your future.
We're cranking, right? We're in a good spot now. Like you said, it's freedom.
Yeah.
Next one, financial security. Financial security, this is where you've got a solid emergency fund, right? We're at that 6 months, maybe even more. You've got some basic insurance. You can handle a job loss if it does happen, right? I know as a teacher, sometimes we do lose our jobs.
Oh yeah.
We stuff happens, downsizing, whatever it is. But, or maybe it's a spouse. Your spouse has lost their job.
Or maybe you're not doing coaching anymore.
Yeah.
Or something that was bringing some income, but you can handle that now.
Yeah.
Because you have that buffer there.
You're in a good place, right?
Yeah,
You can handle
place.
that. You've even protected yourself from having those little car issues that you mentioned, right? If all of a sudden you got a flat tire, you're like, shoot. You're good.
Yeah.
You've got that covered. No big deal.
You got the $1,000 or whatever it might cost.
Yeah. This is also where you really need to start taking your investing seriously. Now, we've covered up to step 6 here. Should I start investing at this point, or what are your thoughts on when to invest?
Well, remember, this is personal finance, so I think there's a lot of right answers here. You have to do what works for you. One benefit of starting earlier, even though you might have debt still, is getting in the habit.
I like it.
So, for example, I'm not saying you should do this, but this is one possibility. If you set up a Roth IRA and put in $25 a month, you can just get used to that. And you're still hammering out the debt, so you see that coming down, but you see that money growing in your investments, that might encourage you to be even more aggressive paying down the debt. It gives you more hope that I see which way I want this money to go. I want it to go up in my investments, and I want my debts to go down.
Yeah.
So that's a thought. Or some people will say, I want to pay off all the debts, and then I'll start investing in a Roth IRA or whatever someone chooses to invest in. I see both being good. I would lean towards starting investing just so you get in the habit. It can be encouraging and it can help you out. And $25 isn't going to hurt your situation very much, I don't think.
Yeah,
Or whatever dollar amount, a lower dollar amount.
sure. Yeah, I think part of that is the good habits, right?
Yeah.
We're setting up our habits and our systems
Mm-hmm.
for for success in the
Yeah.
future. The other thing is time, right? If it's going to take you 5 years, 10 years to pay off all of your debts, that's 10 years that you're missing out on of the investment side. And it's going to take some extra work to get yourself caught up.
Yeah. And another thought is if you're putting in $25 a month and you hammer away some debt, not all, you might be able to bump it to $50 a month. Like you're saying, and then maybe 100. And then when all the debt is gone, whatever dollar amount you're going for, maybe 200 a month or 400 a month. So you can see one growing and one going down. One going down is debt.
Yeah.
You want to get rid of that debt.
Yeah, absolutely.
So
once again, just things to think about when it comes to your investing.
Yeah.
Let's jump back over here to step 7. Step 7 is the financial freedom. This is where you could be work optional, right? Your investments, your assets, your passive income is covering your basic living expenses. You might not have a lot of extra money at this point, but you can survive without working.
For how, like, is this retirement or is this something different?
I would put this one more at we're almost to retirement.
Because I've heard something that's been popular, at least I've been reading about more, is like people taking a year off of work when they're in their 40s to just travel the world, let's say, or do something.
Yeah.
They have enough money for that year. They come back from traveling for a year in this example, and then they go back to work, but they're not getting in debt by doing this because they have financial freedom.
Yeah.
But they're not retired yet. So maybe that fits in this category?
I think it fits perfect.
Okay.
I think it's one of those things that it does allow you to have those options.
Because some jobs, some people have easier times finding jobs if they quit. Like an art teacher, you better not be quitting because
mine's a coveted position.
Yeah, I don't know if you're going to be able to just pick a school or school district. I'm coming back now.
And there's only like one, maybe 2, 3 other art positions at one school.
There is the millionaire teacher. You could Google him. He's a Spanish teacher.
Yeah.
Foreign language teacher, so he felt like he could always find a job. So he kind of did this stuff.
Yeah.
He would take off a year, go live somewhere, Latin America, some countries in Latin America, if I remember right.
Yeah.
So he was at this point as a teacher.
No, it's fun.
And knew he could come back and get a teaching job.
Yep.
Art can be tougher. I was a social studies teacher. Pretty hard to get a job anywhere. But if you're foreign language, special ed, math, you probably can take those calculated risks and take a year off before you retire because you have financial freedom.
Yep, absolutely.
So something to think about.
Little mini retirements.
Yeah, because our summers aren't long enough as teachers.
Man, no kidding. Step 8. This is where you're financial independent, right? We've got the freedom. Now we're independent. Your money is doing what it should have, right? This is what we work towards. This is what our investments are for. This can cover everything: your vacations, your luxuries, your extra little expenses, your unexpected expenses.
This is where work optional.
Yes.
You might still want to work for purpose or to be amongst a community or around people, but it's work optional. This is where purpose is big because that's maybe how you're going to fill in that time. Of like for us teachers, 50 hours a week when we're teaching, if not more. How are you going to fill in that time when you're independent? If you could teach part-time because you're not worried about making that much money and you just want to stay in the classroom, or you can do other things.
Yeah. As an art teacher, maybe you start up your own little studio workshop, right? I mean, there's all sorts of stuff that you could
teach a couple hours a week to adults that just want to take up a new hobby and learn about art. It'd be kind of fun.
It would be. Maybe I've got my own little sip and paint, but we're sipping hot chocolate.
Yeah, so there you go. Hot chocolate and art.
That's right. I'm going to throw a bonus one out here.
All right, bonus.
Because I'm all about giving you a little bit extra.
Heck yeah.
My bonus one is financial abundance. And this is where you've gone above and beyond the independent, and you have more money than you absolutely need. This is where generational wealth comes in. This is where you can pass on money. You can have a little bit more philanthropy, right? I know, Ryan, you're into the big 3 F's.
Oh yeah, fun future philanthropy. Big.
Yeah. So I think this is where the abundance really kind of shows. And you might have different goals, but
See, I like this because if you're making extra money, it's not a bad thing,
no.
especially if you enjoy it. And then, like Justin just said, you can decide how to use that extra money that really is above what you really need to spend every month, including vacations and hobbies that cost money. I like that.
Yeah. Maybe one of your goals is just spending a little bit extra time with your family.
Yeah.
And this abundance helps you to do that. You take big trips that are like a month long.
And pay for your family, maybe.
And pay for your
I've
family.
heard of that, people doing that. Like,
What a
maybe not
wonderful
everyone.
thing.
Yeah, because you have the ability to say, hey, I'm going to buy an Airbnb. I'm going to pay for an Airbnb in California. Let's imagine.
Yeah.
It's paid for. Just show up when you can.
Absolutely.
You invite your family or friends, and it's taken care of.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I like this one. Dream big.
Yeah.
So these are the things that we've gone over, that we covered here. We've got dependence, solvency, reliability, stability, all the other stuff here. So think about it. After we've gone through all these things, where do you feel that you might be? And what's the next step? What's the next step? How do we get ourselves to the abundance? Right? Once again, just leave us a comment down below. But any last words there, Ryan?
I would say you don't have to get there.
No.
You could be there.
Absolutely.
And then spend your time however you want. But if you're enjoying your work and it's not like, it doesn't feel too stressful, that's where you can jump and just keep adding to your wealth. And that's when you have an abundant amount of money. But once you hit your FI number, whatever that could be, financial independent number, you have choices. Work optional.
Yeah.
But if you continue to work, that's where you have the abundance dollars coming in.
Yeah.
For sure.
Fun stuff.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
Well, thanks everybody, and we will catch you on the next one.
Cheers.